Good morning, it's Kinninigan. I just re-uploaded my anomaly video of Taylor Swift. I had mentioned yesterday there is a story going around about her. Revelation of the Method. Luciferians put what they're doing right in front of your face. And what I'm about to tell you, it took me a little while to get all the links, and eventually we are going to wind up on the website of the CIA itself, the Department of Magic. I made a video about that. CIA backwards is how you spell magic, with the M and the G missing. And G and M play major significance in the Freemason. And the CIA was founded by Aleister Crowley and George Bush. Aleister Crowley played his wife, Barbara Bush. I'm going to go into more detail about that when I do the video about Mothers of Darkness Castle. Because what we're talking about is a satanic trained witch, and what I'm about to tell you, I have proof for. Taylor Swift, this is the article here, and then I'm going to show you what's going on with this story. Taylor Swift fans report quote-unquote amnesia following Era's show. People who have went to her recent concerts have no memory of being at the event. They have been hit with some type of psychotronic MK Ultra mind control. Now, as a rave DJ, I can 100% verify. If you listen to anyone that listens to music, you know that music has vibrational frequencies to it. There's a reason why we call certain music trance music, because under certain types of psychotropic drugs and the 4x4 bass drums, it puts you in a trance. Yeah, and 8 hours later, you're leaving the rave, and yeah, it's a good time. So there is some truth to this. It also has to do with the reason why. Another subject I have not covered, but something that was instituted into our culture, I believe during Operation Paperclip. I think it was a Nazi behind this. Started making all of our mainstream music. Is it 428? Damn, I'm getting old. I used to have like a great memory. I think it's 428 megahertz, which is not the idea frequency that nature is tuned at. So even the frequency, and my name Kinninigan is a word that reptilians cannot say because of the frequency it creates. There's a lot going on with this. So I'll explain the MK Ultra mind control part in a second. So I re-uploaded the Taylor Swift anomalies video before I get started with this. So what I'm telling you, what's going on here, she's a clone. She's a clone of the daughter of the Church of Satan founder, Anton LaVey. Her original form, she was known as Zeena LaVey, which I don't even think at that time she was a she. If anyone's going to invert their children, it's going to be the founder of the Church of Satan. And there is a reason why San Francisco became the quote-unquote homosexual capital of the United States. And now, and I'm not saying this to be funny, there's a reason why it's covered in feces and urine. Don't we hear from the Bible and biblical quotes about being in quote-unquote boiling hot excrement when you go into hell? That's what they write in Babylonian Talmud about Jesus Christ, that he went into hell in boiling hot excrement. And how ironic, this is why San Francisco is the way it is. There's also some theories with that the reason they picked San Francisco, one, it's part of the old world. The West Coast is California. This is why they had to destroy it and do what they did to it. And two, it ties in with, of all things, the Cthulhu mythology, rising from the Pacific Ocean to start the New World Order after his 500-year slumber. I don't know. I think I've recently done a video about Cthulhu. If not, I'll have to re-upload it to YouTube. Now, before I get started and show you all this, I do not put ads on my videos, so if you could support my channel. To the people who just did, yes, I went out yesterday. I got cigarettes. Thank you. I got supplies, cat food. You could help me out. I'm like $5 short from being able to go get some marijuana that will last me until the first of the month. The days of $5 nickel bags are over. They've been over. But I got a very good connection with very good stuff. He delivers. So I'm out of, I made sure I had everything else. Okay? I'm pretty upfront. Not operating on a big budget here, but I put out better information than people with big YouTube channels who make a lot more than me because, yeah, that's the name of the game, right? You get rich serving Lucifer, not exposing him, okay? So this is why I depend on charitable donations. It's a very Christian thing, right? I guess. Good analogy, right? So we got a lot of things going on with Taylor Swift. You can watch this anomaly video. I re-upload it. In fact, this is an old one. I got to get all my anomaly videos back on here. We got any comments yet? So that's on here. This was, I want to show you some things before I get started about what's going on here with her. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Oh, and these beats, I told you I used to be a DJ. This video editing, I make the music, or I use samples, and can't really tell you where I got the music from. A lot of it I created specifically for the videos, and then, yeah, so she's flashing the Illuminati symbolism all over the place, and, now here's one thing about Taylor Swift, I'll say, there goes the left eye Illuminati symbolism right there. One thing I will say about her music, as an ex-DJ, she has no memorable songs. I don't think, so there is something weird going on with her. How the hell is she so popular? Eddie Van Halen has memorable guitar riffs. Can anyone sing a Taylor Swift song off the top of their head right now? I can't. I can sing Madonna. I can sing Cher. I can sing Lady Gaga. I'm not proud of it, but hey, I grew up in the 80s. Of course I should be able to sing Madonna, right? But the point I'm making, the reason why her music is quote-unquote so unforgettable from a musician standpoint, her music follows the same basic chord progressions, the auto-tuning, people just don't, her music is very, it sucks. What do you want me to tell you? Now, here's the important thing. Why is this going on with her? Hold on. Can we watch another clip before I start going any further, in case you haven't figured it out yet?
We've got to look for Dr. Evil.
Wait. I've got an idea.
Austin, why on earth did you hit that woman?
Right, let me show you, baby. That ain't no woman. It's a man. It's one of
I gotta get creative on YouTube. I'm trying not to lose my YouTube channel, so we'll have to use visual cues here. How does that sound? Alright, so you know where I'm going at with that one. Okay? Now, here's where things get very, very interesting. Let me just get to the, here's a news clip here of what's been recently going on at her concerts. And just listen to this.
Saying that they attended her concerts, and they basically can't remember anything of the concert.
In Philadelphia, you spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right?
I should have went to the Philly concert.
Anything?
It felt like so surreal. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that. And just little things
By the way, that girl's got a Philly accent, I could tell.
like that. But I do remember going to the concert.
Doctors say Taylor amnesia.
Look at them big feet. Oh my. No wonder people. Look, the amnesia might be because of something else, but I got a video of Lady Gaga. I'll put that video. It might be on my YouTube channel, the Lady Gaga anomaly video. Where there might be a clip in there where her sling, no slow. Trying to think of a word. Popped out of her, and it was on purpose too. It's when she's getting off of a motorcycle. She throws her leg up in the air, and she goes full Big Mike Obama right in front of everyone. Oh yeah, Big Mike. Okay, that's it. Not surprising. She wouldn't be the first. She wouldn't be the last. So, but she'd be the perfect candidate to put together what I think is going on here. Now, so yeah, people have no recollection of her concerts. I could pin this as a comment. This is a story mainstream. The BBC is reporting on this. So when the BBC reports on something, it's mainstream. And they want you to know. So there's a few things I have to think about here. Is who's her target audience? Honestly. Well, it would be young women. Now, normally these young women that go see her concerts, teenagers, young women in their 20s, right? And gay men are going to be the bulk of her audience, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? Now, in the 1950s, the same girls that would be her biggest fans at her concerts, well, back in the 50s in America after World War II, we had what was called baby boomers, talking about when we brought the Nazis over. They gave America rock and roll music, specifically the Beatles and Elvis Presley. You know why? They had to increase the population of the United States to replace all the military-age fighting men who had died. And that goes into the Federal Reserve being able to take out loans on that goes into maritime law and the Corporation of the United States. The corporation lost employees. This is why they are called, quote-unquote, baby boomers. And then when they had to call that, this is the 50s, and in the 50s, yeah, it was not a big deal for a woman that was 21 years old to be on her third kid, maybe being, by the time she's 35, she's a grandmother. I come from a big Irish family, okay, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. A big Irish family. And I have lots of brothers and sisters. And yeah. So, but now, there's stories popping up in the mainstream. Oh, women ain't getting married now. And yeah, that's because there is a quote-unquote depopulation agenda going on right now. So I'm trying to think, if they are instilling some type of subsonic mind control into people, what are they trying to do here? Are they trying to just test that they can do it? Or is this possibly something more sinister? Why do these girls have amnesia of the event? This is really strange. There's no doubt in my mind that there's probably a lot of Luciferian symbolism and stuff going on at one of her concerts. But I'm assuming that whatever is going on affects people in the audience. It's not going to affect the people that are running the concert, the roadies, the security staff. So it's possibly something they're doing with the sound, the lights, probably visual things in the background. The CIA, yeah, like I said, we're going to get to the CIA website, and I'll prove this to you. Now, going back to what she possibly is. Let me see. I had to go to the Slavic search engine to find this one because this is a story that came out in 2016. I made videos on this on my first YouTube channel. I lost this video though. That is Zeena LaVey to the right. Here's why the theory that Taylor Swift is a Satanist clone absolutely checks out. Now, as another reminder, the Joe Biden White House has just created a task force on quote-unquote cheap fake videos, meaning that if you make a video about Biden possibly being a clone, it might get shut down on YouTube. So I'm kind of walking on eggshells with this video. Again, if you can support the channel, I do not run ads on my videos. These are ad-free. This is not information they like getting out to normal people, but I have a good way of kind of getting through it. Yeah, so this story came out, and you can see how familiar, how she looks so much like Zeena LaVey. And in all honesty, coughing now. We got a lot of pollen. It's hot out again today, 90 degrees already. So yeah, they kind of look alike, but I don't even think Zeena LaVey is a. But anyway, that doesn't matter as much as what they're actually doing at the concerts to these people who go here. This is a video I covered recently. It should be on my YouTube channel somewhere. This was a commercial. Taylor Swift, the one we see now, was supposedly born in 1989. This is a TV commercial from 1981 for something called the Glamour Girls Toys. And look at this girl in the commercial.
Gals collection. Dolls, party plays, fancy firebirds. This show plays collector's case, each sold separately. You can send in proofs of purchase from any 3 Glamour Gals.
Is this one of her clones? Is this a clone of Zeena LaVey? Possibly. I'm thinking that they kind of reuse a lot of them, and these are why. This is another video I can. Actually, I have done a video about that before. I might be able to re-upload that to YouTube. It might be on my Odyssey. That was a video I made about celebrity doppelgangers, of all things. And the theory is with that is they might have been using clones for quite a while. And we just have too many,
Danny, Lonnie, or Shara, and any of 3 outfits.
too much strange shit going on with her for this all to be a coincidence. So yeah, we have this girl from 1981. We have Zeena LaVey, Zeena LaVey was born, Church of Satan was founded in the 60s. She was also a high priestess. And, Taylor Swift talks a big game about being born in 1989, naming her smash hit album 1989. I didn't know she did that. Is clearly Tata LaVey's desperate attempt to emphasize that she had a normal human birth and she was not cultivated in a cauldron and or laboratory. The whole thing reeks of a cover-up. Now Shrek, the high priestess of the Church of Satan from 1985 to 1990. That's Anton LaVey's daughter. As soon as Shrek created a currently unknown number of clones of herself to carry on the work of Satan, she moved on to conquer a new territory because she's an overachiever, kind of like Swift, who shares the entire genetic makeup. So the theory is, yeah, she's pushing the Luciferian agenda. Remember Becky. Okay. So yeah, definitely some strange stuff here. Biting into the apple. Anyone know what that symbolizes? Yeah. So yeah, there's some strange things going on with Zeena LaVey, Taylor Swift, and whoever this chick is in the 1981 TV commercial for Glamour Girls. We've already had a story coming out from mainstream media about the whole clone thing. They addressed it just like they just did with Biden, except Biden created a task force. Oh, and by the way, you're not allowed to live stream the debate from CNN on your YouTube channel tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? I think it's Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow. They've already reached out to big content creators and said they're not allowed to do commentary over the debate. What a fucking joke. And then on Fox News today, we had a doctor on there trying to figure out what kind of drugs he's going to be on and how much. Like, who the fuck is running the country for the past week? Why, he's at Camp David getting drug cocktails. I'm trying to get $5 for a bag of weed. That's not what it cost me. I said I have money in my PayPal. It's just to get what I need. I need another $5. So goes to a good cause. Because after this video, I'm definitely gonna need to smoke because this thing, she makes me nauseous. I'm attracted to real women. Okay, and I've said this multiple times. There's a reason why things just don't click with modern Disney, like the Acolyte. You should be everyone in that show is a transformer. I'm just saying. I looked at all the people are like, what is going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. So yeah. Now here's the thing. I can only speculate on what kind of subsonic frequencies they are sending out to the audience. They are definitely reporting on this. Going back to that video here, that her concerts are.
Is a very real phenomenon.
The only reason they knew they went to the concert in the first place is that they would check their bank accounts and they would see tickets purchased for this.
This isn't just a few people. This is a lot of people reporting this.
And having no memory that the concert even.
And she's filling up stadiums. What, 25,000 people at least, if not more.
Who experienced post-concert amnesia.
Like I said about her music earlier, her music is not all that good. How the fuck is she selling out stadiums? And that movie she just had out.
And I can easily remember.
I wonder what the hell is going on in that movie. I don't want to have to watch it. If I do, I'm definitely going to need weed for that.
Comes to going to a Taylor Swift concert. Now, it wasn't just in the United States coming out and saying they lost.
Yeah, there's another part. It was the best night of my life, but I can't remember. UK Taylor Swift fans hit by post-concert amnesia, and scientists explain how the phenomenon could affect anyone. So what I'm trying to ask, is there something that they're embedding into these young women? Is it to maybe, if you get pregnant, get an abortion? To not get pregnant? To become abstinent, to not have sex, to become a lesbian, who knows? Anything to do with not reproducing. I think we're seeing something else here, and the point I'm making, the CIA and the music industry have been working hand in hand for a very long time. One of the reasons I used to love DJing house music, and I was damn good at it. And I will tell you this, even back in the early 2000s when I was doing it, if you're not a Satanist and you're not a homosexual, it is very difficult to get ahead in that industry. And I know from experience, that's why I kind of gave up on getting club gigs and started just doing house parties for people, because it was a lot better, less politics and less drama. Yeah, I was basically told, yeah, the casting couch is real in the music industry also. And there are club promoters out there that can get you a DJ gig, whether you have talent or not. I've seen it. Like, how the fuck did this DJ? Yeah, I wonder who he blew to get that gig. I'm not joking either. So yeah, I've already experienced that. And at that time, a lot of the homosexuals, they were jealous of me because I was a straight guy and I was damn good at spinning house music. But that's neither here nor there. Some of them, there are straight DJs out there, but it's not easy. And that was in the early 2000s, and with the rise of MDMA, and then that whole scene got shut down. And I have some theories about that, why they shut the rave scene down. I think it had to do with too many people getting along, if that sounds crazy. We work with regimes and elites that want people divided and not getting together. They don't want unity. They don't want 1,000 people at a rave who, regardless of their sexual, gender, race, or whatever, are all getting along all night and not fighting and dancing, because that's what happened at raves. There was no violence, no racism. Nobody cared what you were. There were drag queens that fucking aliens could have walked in. No one cared. And if you know, you know, if you've been around for those raves. So, yeah. So yeah, we have the possibility of her definitely being. If anyone's going to be experimenting with this in human cloning, what better candidate than the daughter or son of Anton LaVey, right? Now here's where things get really interesting. MK Ultra mind control. This is. I didn't want to stay on this website because I don't want to stay on here too long. This is the Freedom of Information Act at CIA.gov, and yeah, as soon as you click on this website, they're checking you out. This is here experiments and LSD right there. That has to do with that psychedelic movement I was telling you about in the '60s when they had to cull the baby boomers. All right, in the '50s, yeah, okay, you did a lot of baby booming. Now, and then sadly, what happens next? The Vietnam War. Then what happens? All the baby boomer kids, to call them again, met another mass sacrifice. Then we have the Vietnam War, well, the Korean War, then the Vietnam. You just get the idea. The '80s kind of went okay. I think everyone was just so jacked up on cocaine and didn't know what the hell was going on. Then 1991, it starts again with George Bush Sr. calling for the New World Order, and then he invades Babylon, and that was supposedly to take artifacts and a Stargate out of Babylon, ancient Baghdad. It was the Gulf War in 1991. Then 9/11 happened. It's just like clockwork with these people. And that's kind of when they started going towards the way of depopulation, obviously. So yeah, here's all the shit that the CIA has been doing with MK Ultra mind control. I see the word Nazi officials in here, just scanning through. That was Operation Paperclip. Yeah, they did everything from changing the frequency of all music that is recorded nowadays to subsonic shit going on in your TV. Well, now it's not just in your TVs, it's on your smartphones now. I wouldn't even be surprised if YouTube is experimenting with some type of subsonic frequencies or who knows. So yeah, all that's legit. MK Ultra is legit. So I believe it's some type of experimental. And this isn't the first concert this has happened at. There were other concerts where strange things happened before. If they're going to experiment with any of this stuff, it's going to be with people like Taylor Swift or hip-hop concerts. They're not going to do it at a Tool concert. Now, you would think, of all things, why would they not do it at like a Tool concert? Because people that go to Tool concerts, or like people my age, a little more, they're not targeting, with these experiments, they're targeting, I hate to say it this way, the breeding age population, if that makes sense. Teenagers and young adults. That's who you need to target. That's what I think is going on here. I'm still going to look into this, so I actually don't know what they're trying to do to these young kids' brains, but they definitely have amnesia from the concert. They don't remember going to it. She had a 44-song set. That's a lot of fucking songs. And none of them are, like, memorable, whatever. Taylor Swift joins the 1975, that's a band name, on stage at London gig. That's an interesting year. Especially if she's Zeena LaVey clone. So what we got here? Is this what we're missing at the concerts? She sucks musically. I don't even. She's doing the drag queen walk across the stage. That's all. A lot of them seem to do that. Maybe it's. So, there it is. Taylor Swift, possible clone of the son daughter of Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, was doing experimental MK Ultra mind control. This happened in England, so we would also have to pull MI6 British intelligence into this, who also has connections to Aleister Crowley and the CIA. And I definitely sense some occultic fuckery afoot. Except this isn't magic they're doing. Although I wouldn't doubt her shows are very occultic in nature. I'm not saying that. But this is something that's actually based on real frequency and manipulation of the human brain. If you know anything about binaural beats, yes, you can change people's thought, but instilling memories and subliminal messaging into them. Yeah, that there was a movie that came out back. Anyone remember the remake? Because it used to be, they used to be in Scooby Doo when I grew up watching that as a kid. That was the band Josie and the Pussycats. In 2001, they've remade a live action movie of it. In Josie and the Pussycats, there was a subplot in the movie that a major advertiser was sending out subsonic frequencies in the music of Josie and the Pussycats to get the customers or the fans to buy certain corporate products. And that was in the movie. I just didn't feel like going back and finding that from the movie, but it's in there. Revelation of the Method, Mysto-Synchronism, they tell you what they're doing. And oftentimes in movies, question is what are they instilling into the brains of these young women? I don't think it's really aimed at the gay men. Gay men are not a threat to them, for obvious reasons. But I think this is aimed at the young women. And I with no doubt, it possibly has to do with something with depopulation, pushing one of their sick new world order philosophical agendas across to the people. And on top of that, they had to pay shitloads of money for these tickets. That's how Luciferianism works. You pay to play. It costs a lot of money to be a high-level witch in the Church of Satan. This is why I said there's more money in serving Satan than exposing him. So again, if you could support my channel, all the links are in the description. I run all these ad-free. Anything else comes up about this, and I'll let you know. Leave me a comment if you have any theories on what they're actually doing with these mind control experiments. Anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Take care, and God bless.